Yo, what's poppin', guys? I'm back here for another. How would you say it? I guess like a qualifier discussion, pick'ems video, like follow up from my last video, where I said that I was gonna do another one, and I intended on getting it out a lot earlier because I want to get them out pretty early in the week. But what happened is I recorded one like Monday, and I thought the discussion was pretty good, and obviously I've already did my pick'ems, but I guess we'll like hide them from me for now. In that video, I did my pick'ems and I discussed it and I went through all the different scenarios and whatnot. But then I came out the end and I listened to the audio, and I just thought the music was really loud, and I don't think it was like an unwatchable video. But I just didn't like it, and I was like, I don't want to post this. And then I just got busy and I couldn't re-record it. So now we're at like 1 a.m. I'm staying up to watch the league like Gen G KT game. And I'm just gonna record this again. And yeah, I mean, we'll just hop right in. Oh yeah, because I've said this 3 times now. I'm really appreciative of everyone that like watched the last video and reached out and just enjoyed watching it, reached out to chat and talk about OWC and OSU, and had a few people reach out, and feel free to, like, I love chatting and rambling and talking about this kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, thanks for enjoying, I appreciate it. And I also said last week I was gonna get a new mic, and I was gonna get one, and I was looking into it, and I just decided, like, I don't want to rush a purchase and buy some shit off like Amazon Prime that's like $40 and gets here in 2 days and it's ass. So I'm just gonna like do some more research and like find something that is like a solid mic that's gonna stick around for a while. This one is like, it's not unusable right now, so I'm just like, whatever. I'll just do that. I'll just wait a bit and do some more research and find like a legit option. Because my last mic I got, it's just bonds. I don't know how mics are so bad. And like, it's so hard to find a decent one, but I'll watch some YouTube reviews or something and find a decent one. So yeah, I guess we'll just get into the qualifier results and just discussing that, because there's a lot to discuss. It feels like it was a while ago at this point, but I mean, hey, come on. Okay, I don't even need to be here, to be honest, but I think we can jump right into it, and I'll just say I got 45 out of 48 in the last one. I missed 3. I did pretty bad, to be honest, in my top 40, and I missed 0 in top 8, because top 8 was pretty easy. The 3 I missed in top 40 was, I didn't predict Vietnam, I didn't predict Denmark, I believe it was. Is that the name? Yeah, Denmark. I get Denmark and Norway mixed up. I didn't predict Denmark, and I didn't predict Portugal. Instead, I had like Israel, UAE, which is just kind of like an outside shot because they have high ranked players, and what was the last one? Is Vietnam? Yeah, Vietnam. So I guess the reason I picked Israel, actually, and I don't know if I regret it now, because I remember the first time I looked at the team, I was like, oh, they got Painted Koala back, who's one of their best players. I think he performed like around 100. Like, he was pretty solid. But they just had Painted Koala last year and they didn't qualify. So, I mean, it wasn't an awful shout, because I think they would have qualified this year, but they didn't get any better. They didn't get any like new players or anything. I was like, oh my god, they got 38 last year and they get Painted Koala back. It's like, no, they just had everyone last year. I don't know if it's a name change or something that messed me up, but it was just an error on my end. And then the other 2 teams, like Vietnam, I thought Def was inactive. I didn't know about like Bao and Real Shin and Sao Mi and some of these other guys. And I thought Freedom was good, so I had them missing out. But I mean, Def performed awesome. Like, some of these other guys were really impressive as well. Yeah, I mean, they ranked very highly, obviously, and I think I was one of the few people that did not pick them. So it was like a kind of a rough pick for me. And then lastly, Portugal. I mean, the thing is, like, the teams that got in that I didn't pick, like Portugal, Vietnam, and Denmark, like especially Portugal and Vietnam. Like I could not be happier to see these guys in. And Portugal had like Rafamat and Utsap, I think, had like really impressive performances in quals. They could even be kind of a threat in groups. So yeah, I'm ecstatic to see Portugal and Vietnam in here, to be honest. So, and Denmark's there too. No, go Cat Burger. But either way, yeah, I think we can get into the other discussion. Like obviously the first thing comes up is like Hong Kong, number 40. And like when I was learning about this, like I remember I saw Misha Awad tweet on Twitter. I saw him put out a tweet, and he's like, "Oh my god, I just performed so disgustingly. Like, I hope we qualify." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, if he really bombs it, like, it may be over for them." But it's like he got 48, bro. He's like right next to a Kali bed. I mean, Karaj, pretty solid carry for Belarus. Skia, I think like if you go like Lesberry, I'm pretty sure like Fedora Goose is up here. Origin, like he did not perform that bad, man. He performed pretty decent, which is like that shows me like what the heck is happening with these other players, you know? Like I think F2X got like 100 or something. F2X got 100, and then yeah, BP 250, not that great, but like I don't know, man. Like Misha getting 50th, and they almost get knocked out of groups by Belarus. I mean, like, come on. What's going on with some of these other players? Like, as you saw, like I still have trust in them to get out of groups and make some noise, but like, man, a lot of Hong Kong players down here at the bottom, like Rice Shower beating Flymont and Revenge Wolf. Like I thought Revenge Wolf was like an open rank tournament player or something. Like, oh, Luciano did not play like any maps. I'm surprised. But yeah, I thought TG and Alice did pretty good. I guess not. I mean, I think he did good on one or two maps. Either way, I mean, yeah, I mean, Hong Kong, you should not be that close to getting eliminated if Misha Awa does okay. You know, he gets 50, close to like Skia and and like Fedora Goose and stuff. Like that's not an awful performance by any means. Like averaging 550k on the pool. Yeah, it's a tough one for Hong Kong, but we'll talk more about them later. I think the next one I want to talk about, where is it? I mean, it is Vietnam. I talked about it a bit earlier, but like I didn't know about like Simi, something else, Bao, another guy, and then Def is in really good form. So like they obviously played a match already, and we'll talk about that later. It was pretty close. I guess like most people probably have seen it by now, but I won't spoil it if anyone, or I won't spoil it right now because we're going to talk about it later. But I mean, I guess we'll go down to like qualifiers. Like, is there anything super surprising here? I mean, I think the other big things to talk about are like Belgium. Belgium finally got in. That core of like Hanori, F-Blade, Mornis, Hexakey, like those guys have been trying for so long, and finally they squeak in right through into top 40, get 38th. Pretty decent average above the others, you know, like I guess the average you needed to get in was like 1.8 mil. They got about, well, 1.8 mil, a decent score. Like they're pretty good. I think they had some pretty good runs on like some of the hidden maps and stuff that other people aren't super comfortable on. So Belgium, these guys finally squeak in. My streak of always petting them finally pays off, and yeah, I think everyone's pretty happy to see Belgium here. And then Greece also gets in. Greece with Jackpaw and Puyo and Naked and Trushpak. Like those guys performed pretty well. I watched their qualifiers, and I think they could have done better. Like there was kind of some offsetting scores, like FCs when people were doing bad, and then no FCs when the other members did good. Like they could have had a better qualifier 100%, and they're still pretty good. I mean, they're in a tough group though, but I do think they could maybe squeak out of it. But we'll have to talk about it a bit more later. But it's a really tough group. But just being here is it's pretty cool for Greece. I think I'm gonna jump up a bit for the next one. I mean, Netherlands deserves a shout too. Like these guys didn't qual last year, come back with a pretty similar team. Aheo's got a lot better. Like KDG Star, I think, was one of their top performers as well in qualies. And yeah, I mean, this really big improvement, but there's an even bigger improvement here. Number 16, New Zealand went from not qualifying last year pretty low, like what were they, like 40 or something last year? They jumped to number 16 with some really impressive performances. And personally, I was watching, I think it was Kyujin, and this guy is insane. He played every single map. He did it with the same like 2015 pink skin. He played reading, he played hard rock, he played everything with the same pink skin. And he just was insanely consistent on everything. Like there wasn't even like, I guess like even HG2 was just like, this guy looks pretty comfortable. He looked comfortable on alt, he looked comfortable on all of the like HR, you know, freaky like flow aim and you know the precision maps and stuff. Like this guy just was so good. Like I'd heard of him before, but I was really impressed by his play. And I mean, other than that, like that's just look at New Zealand and some of these. Just look at New Zealand, man. Like 3.2 on HR1, then 2.5, number 5 on HR2. We'll go down a bit more. Like I think they're pretty solid. Are they pretty solid on some of these? Oh, well, fine. I think it's okay. Like number 10 on No Mod 3. I think they put number 26 on No Mod 4. It's not great, but like where was the other one? Number 12 on No Mod 2. Like this team just mechanically, and I mean they're pretty solid at the gimmick too. Like these guys are really impressive, and I mean I think they could have even done better. Maybe not better on the HR1 score, but like watching their qualifiers, like, there was a lot of maps I think they could improve, and that's pretty scary. And obviously it's just like these guys jumped from not qualifying to the number 16 seed, which is kind of unbelievable. And then also Austria deserves a shout, right? Number 17, right next to them. You know, like these guys again barely qualified, I guess you could say, last year. I think they got in at like 30, and they took another pretty giant lead. I think Fedora Views, Z9A, Z10A were all really good. I think almost all top 100. And then Teppy Fangirl was actually higher than them because, well, she was really good at the HG2. But she played it, or whoever is she? I don't know. They played it twice and FC it twice. So it's just like they're just like number 20 on the Z score, whatever it is. But this team goes from 30 to 17. They're really active. Like I've always seen them pretty active on Twitter whenever OWC comes around, but they always just kind of have the vibe that they're like really happy to be here. And I mean, I guess that good vibe is doing something because they're up to number 17. I guess there was definitely signs for this because this core was very good in 3WC. But they also had Defi from Hungary, I think. But yeah, I mean, Austria, like these guys look scary. They're going to be, you know, in a tough group, but you know, no matter what side of the bracket they come out on, these guys are going to be scary. And then Romania did pretty solid. You know, like a lot of people had Romania doing worse than this, I think. And Badu, Origin, Eternum all had pretty good runs, but like they could have been better again. Like I think Eternum and Origin could do a lot better on some of the maps, you know. They had pretty consistent like 500, 400Ks, but like some pretty unlucky shit misses as well from what I was watching. So like, yeah, take a little sip. So, I mean, we could talk about the top 8, but like, all I'll say about the top 8 is this is the top 8. Like, these guys really deserve to get a bye. Like, look at the rating difference between Russia and China. That may be like the largest rating difference. Like, that's the same rating difference between like China and like number 18, like Indonesia. So like, pretty, yeah, these guys are just, this top 8 deserves it. If you want to say anything about the order, pretty surprising that Canada's 4. They've always been a good qualifier team, but I think Wandario was really good this year. But like, look at Germany and South Korea, 8.902, 8.900. Like, geez. But yeah, this is the top 8, no matter, like, this is like the perfect thing. Like, this format, I think, is maybe a bit unbalanced in that the difference between the 8th and 9th seed and how the format rewards you is huge. Like, imagine if Germany and South Korea were 8-9 and Germany was 0.002 rating over and they got a bye and South Korea didn't. Well, it's not always the end of the world not getting a bye, but like, that may be a bit unfair because Germany gets a huge reward. But in this case, Russia was a lot above China. They deserve the bye. So yeah, let's just move on and let's go talk about the predictions. Now, I already did my predictions. As I said before, I already filmed the video and I didn't want to like undo them and wait to film the video because I was scared that I was going to undo them and forget and something was going to lock, and actually something did lock. So I'm glad that I didn't undo them. I've taken Hong Kong. Well, I guys know, but like yes, I didn't want to undo them and like forget and have my stuff locked and to miss the threads. So that's why I kept them here, even if I, it's kind of bad for the video. Like I could have undone them right like before this, to be honest. But I mean, I'm still gonna talk about, and I'm not even set on these groups. Like in the last video, I was really going back and forth on like B, C, D, even H, and like maybe F a bit, but like some of these groups are really hotly contested. So I think what we should do is just like bounce around, like from H, A, like we'll go from like an upper group to a lower group. I think we'll do that. And I think there's really no better group to start than A. I mean, there may be better groups to start, but it's A, it's the top, it's the first one, so we got to start there. And this is a very interesting group. I mean, obviously China to me is just the best team bar none in the group stage. It's not just because they are ninth, like who is eighth? Like, is it Chile? Like, are they the second best team? I don't think so, to be honest. But like, China is just really good at the star rating. Like, I think recently this year. Hey, what's going on? Better not unpick my stuff. Okay. Recently this year, I think it was Dod9, like Rezu Cup and Hippo Cup. Like, these guys were just destroying people at the star rating. And I think it was like Milk Tea, Crystal, Kurumi, and Ludo Fox, who's been elite this year. Ludo Fox has been really good. And the thing is, like, China was really good in qualifiers, and I just think they're almost better on this pool, So to me, China is a lock here in Group A. And then second is pretty hotly contested because Norway, for me, they just haven't been it the past couple of years. They come in with pretty high expectations, like almost like a shout for top 8, whether it's qualifying or end finish. They always go out like 16 or 12. And the biggest thing for me is they go out kind of like with a whimper. Like some of these other teams like Ukraine and Finland and Philippines, like to me, when those guys go out, it's like they go out with like a tiebreaker. They're like fighting to the nail. Even if Finland goes out in round of 24, they have some heart, they have some passion, And like last year, like Norway just got like 6-0'd by China. Like, how are you getting 6-0'd by China? You're Norway. You have like a disgusting mechanics roster. How is China 6-0'ing you to knock you out of the tournament? Like, yes, it's early stage, but like, how is that happening? Like, I don't know. I don't know if Norway is very good on these lower star pools, but this is like a kind of gimmick slanted pool. It's very low star, so anything can happen, but I definitely think it's gimmick slanted. And originally I was like, well, that's bad for Norway. But then I went and I looked and I was like, is Norway actually bad at some of this gimmick? And I just, like they're good at DT. And their gimmick is like, 14 on HR1 is pretty good because that's like a flow aim HR. 16 on HD2, 11 on HD1, 12 and 12 on No Mod 3 and No Mod 4. Like, they're pretty solid. They're pretty solid on this type of stuff. And I think with just the roster they have, I believe that they're always going to be able to put 4 people that are very comfortable on the map, which I don't think Austria and Thailand are always going to be able to do. Like, I think they will, especially for some of this gimmick stuff, get 4th or 3rd person syndromed. But I mean, it would be kind of criminal not to shout out Austria at this point. Qualified very well, has insane vibes. Fedora Goose, Z9A, Z10A. I think Z9A just had like a Yomi Yori play or something. Like, mechanically, these guys are great. Like, China doesn't like playing some like Ludo Fox kind of does, but like in general, China's core doesn't really like playing a lot of this like mechanics, HR stream type stuff. Maybe not HR, but like Austria can definitely, you know, they have a puncher's chance in some of these maps, and because it's low star rating, you know, it can sometimes just be who shows up most on the day. So like Austria definitely has a chance here. I don't blame anyone from picking Austria. I think it's a very fun pick actually, and you know, in my opinion, at some point in this what's it called? In some point in this group stage, there's going to be one disgusting upset. I may not really predict a disgusting upset, but there's going to be like one like randomly like Greece or Belgium or like whatever, like Netherlands is going to get out. And it's going to be something that's like 0 people predicted this. Like 0 people thought it was going to happen. And Austria could be that. Even if it isn't like a really disgusting upset, I think upsets will happen. Just how it is with this type of pool and this type of group stage. Next up, yeah, Thailand. The thing is, like, this team is very good. I feel bad, you know, they got put in a very tough group. Because in this type of pool, I really like Thailand. You know, they have some very solid open ranked tournament players. Like AZ3 has badges. Minor and Chest are very good open ranked, like hidden players. Lesberry, obviously, like a year or so ago, was just like one of the best tournament players in the world. It's still very solid. Chaipuk Chep comes back and they're pretty good. Kadama's pretty good. They lose Master, they lose Debbie Force, which are pretty big losses, but like they seeded very well, and I think this is a strong team, especially on this type of pool, man. Especially on this type of pool. I just think this is a very, very hard group to be put in. So although I can actually I can't write Thailand off. Some teams in some of these other groups I will kind of write off for making it into the group, but I can't write Thailand off. I really can't, even in this tough of a group, which says something about the team. But for now, I don't love Norway, as I was kind of ranting about before, but I think they have 4 players for every map, which is important. On a pool like this, you know, where it comes down to like getting like 3 to 4, like 700 Ks, that can be it, you know. Yeah, let's move on. We'll bounce down to H actually, because this one I talked about a lot, kind of like length on my last oopsies, we're messing up things. I talked about it at length on my last video, and I was kind of like working it out, and how I see it is this is a gimmick favored low star pool. Hong Kong and Singapore have a lot of open rank tournament players, you know, like Hibiki, Misha, F2X, like 3WC winner. I think Revenge Wolf is a pretty good player. Like, who was the other one? Ming is pretty good. Even if they struggled on the qualifiers, and I think it probably was semi-bad run, these guys will really like a pool like this, like a low star pool. They're going to be very comfortable on it. It's gimmick favored. Hong Kong's going to be pretty comfortable on this pool. Same thing with Singapore to a more extent. Like Singapore is the obvious number 1 out of this group in my opinion. Like look at some of their players, like Juicetronaut, Eagle, Dawn Wing. Let's go look at them. Where are you? Singapore, I passed you. Hollow Knees, Dawn Wing, Eagle, Juicetronaut, GS, Blank, Heavy, like Makio. These guys are all, except maybe not Makio. These guys are all very, very good open rank players. Like, this is a team that in the upper brackets I would not want to go against. Like, look at the Colonies, Dawnwing, Eagle, Q-Stronaut. I don't know, Mango. He's got some skill cap. Like, this isn't a team that I think is going to go very far in the tournament per se. But in the group stage, I would hate to play this team. And that's why Singapore is out 100% for me. Hong Kong is out because, as I said before, but I think Greece is 3rd. For a gimmick like favorite pool, it's not guaranteed 3rd Greece. And it's I don't know, it's kind of just like, it's saying Greece is 3rd even really mean anything, because I'm not like making a pick or anything. But I like Jackpot, I like Puyo. Trush Kid and Trushback and Naked actually impressed me quite a bit in quals. They could have had a better qual, 100%, And this is a gimmick slanted pool. And I guess like the thing I haven't really said yet, even though Japan is pretty high rated, like Japan doesn't like this gimmick. Their best players like Yama Darkness, Haga, let's go with the Yama Darkness, Haga, Autoline, like these are mechanics DT tapping players, but like you go on like they're decent on HR, but you go to some of these HDs and it's like Japan 38, 47, 42 on Nomad 4, 40 on alt Nomad 3, and they shouldn't even be like that bad at that. Like I just think this pool is very bad for Japan, and it's like very good for Singapore, Hong Kong, and even to a certain extent Greece. Because like what else, like these open rank tournament players I think have like made their name playing on kind of comfy 6.7 star pools of gimmicky kind of tournament, I don't want to say tournament-y, but like these gimmick low star pools, like these guys are really comfortable on it, especially Singapore. So I just have to go with Hong Kong and Singapore in my opinion. I think Japan got a kind of an unlucky draw. Even though like I do think this team, you know, they have a lot of newcomers, and I don't know much about the newcomers, but I know that the best players on this team are like the Haga, the Altolines, the Yama Darknesses. These guys are mechanical players. These guys are like DT, kind of HR. Like I don't think they'll like this pool at all. And I think it's already pretty close between these three. So that's why I picked Hong Kong and Singapore. Now we can bounce back up to Group B, and I mean this group, I could talk about this group for like an hour, like go back and forth for so long. We'll start with Romania because they're actually my number one seed coming out of this group. And I think immediately, like my first thought actually was like, oh, Romania's gonna get upset because it's Romania, and I just didn't, you know, like I like the team a lot, so I'm like I don't believe in them or something, you know, I'm scared. But like the more I look at it, and to be honest, like I think a lot of people looking at a lot of these one seeds probably be like, you want to be in a group with Romania the most. You know, it may be Brazil, but they were ahead of Romania. Chile ahead of Romania as well. And just have like a lot of kind of really cemented tournament players, and then China's China. Like Romania may be the number one seed you're chasing. But I really like Romania in some of these pools. Like there seems to be good vibes in the team this year. Badu with like some mechanics players like Origin and Eternum did very well in quals, and just like generally like these guys will have a fourth for everything. Like they have multiple pretty solid tournament players on the side. Obviously this is Badu's gonna love this pool, but like they have a lot of pretty solid tournament players on the side, like Pregnancy, Alex Balea, Kihest. This guy's like 3 or 4 badges, very solid player. Capybaras, Robotronic, like these are all just, I don't know why the OSU website is so slow today. Yeah, this guy's got 5 badges. I mean, like, just very, very solid qualifier performance and team from Romania. I think these guys are going to have a 4 for everything, whereas these 3 teams, I think, could, but I think they'll have more trouble than Romania. And I think actually this pool is pretty solid for Romania. And, you know, no bias, I do want Romania to get out, but, you know, if there's a team that I think will get, I'm picking because I want them to get out, I will say it. And I will say it coming up in a second. Let's go on to Finland. This is a team that I think is really good on low star, like pretty demon low star. Obviously Amasthetic, very strong tournament player. Maybe like one of the, what would it be, like a top 30, 25 player? I don't know, what did he do in qual? Number 79 qual. That's not amazing, but like this guy, you know, he'll show up in the tournament, play a lot of maps. The thing about Finland is like, yeah, I mean, they do have pretty decent mechanics in like AJJ and Mike Tyson, but I think they will get 4th played sometimes. Like they still have Zeppe. One of these guys is Zeppe. Is it Vladin Pekua? This is AJJ. Where is Zeppe? But like Amasthetic, Colin Liu is going to be pretty strong this pool. I mean, Zeppe is his name. Zeppe. I actually just don't have eyes. Like Colin Liu, Amasthetic, Zeppe, Isaac, AJJ. Like I and and these other guys are gonna like badged, like, you know, they're very solid tournament players. I don't think this is a pool to be uncomfortable on, but I think they could have some fourth player syndrome. And maybe we can go look at their like, how are they feeling on some of the tech? Like 17 on Nomad 3 is not bad. Number 27 on Nomad 4 is not awful. Pretty decent on the hidden. Bit of a struggle on the hard rocks, and I mean, they're okay at mechanics. Being bad at mechanics is better in this pool because the mechanics is not hard. It'll just be a coin flip. Saudi Arabia is kind of good at this HD too. Pretty wish they had their whole team, but yeah, I mean, this Finland roster, we all know they're pretty solid low star. They always have very entertaining matches at the beginning of the round of 64 to 32. So definitely these guys are a threat. You know, like if they were in other groups, I may have even put them to go out. And then Indonesia, next team I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to say it up front, like this is the team that I think statistically has the best chance of getting out of this group second. Like in my mind, if I was using only logic and reason, I would put Indonesia. But Indonesia, they've struggled on low star pools before, even if it looks like they shouldn't. Why am I having such a trouble finding them? Here they are. You know, like last year, they got like 5-0'd by Ukraine. I don't know if they were tilting or something, but like just look at this team. Like Hakoi Kayuri, this is like Ruto, I think. Yeah, this is Ruto. GNX, Far, good like easy player. He actually quite liked this pool. He'll play with the Nomad 3. Okay, it's lagging again. Mindfrost ID, that noob guy, very good open. We're at Lado Fox for some reason. Where are we going? Very good ranked restricted tournament players. Like this team is also just going to have 4, and they're going to have a very comfortable 4. Like this is kind of like a similar team to Singapore for me. And which like I look at it, I'll look at it when I find it again. Here it is. Like Ruto, who's Medjugorje McQueen. This is probably a name change. It's not a name change I know, but I like the Medjugorje McQueen name change. W name change. Ball, GNX, this is also a name change to someone. Why are we so slow? What is happening on the OSU server that needs to be slow? Dito, yes, Dito. Like, Dito, Mindfrost ID, that noob guy who's in good form, Far, Vuto, like, these guys are disgusting, like, really good open ranked tournament players. And then they have Lifeline for mechanics. I mean, like, these just a very solid team, but I think should be groups. On paper, this team should be really good in groups, but they've struggled before on low star pools, and I just really like New Zealand. So New Zealand here, like, are they really good at some of the tech type stuff? They're okay. Like, they were quite good. I mean, they were obviously awesome at HR, which is going to help them in the free mod pool. Their mechanics is very good, but mechanics just doesn't really matter in this pool. And they're decent, like 22 and 27, not great on HD. And then 26 is like okay on Nomad 4. Very solid, you know, number 10 on Nomad 3. Like tapping ult, that is a lot of tech and a lot of gimmick at low stars, you know, like that isn't hidden like low AR reading. It's a lot of ult. So like this team, I really like this team. I think they have as well. Like I'm not just saying this because it's like, oh, I just want to put them here. Like look at this. Look at the open ranked tournament players in this team. Like Aussie, obviously Kyujin and Psyche are very good, as I said before. She gon' pay me. Aussie. This is Buff Corel. Pi. Like this is pretty solid reading and just general like reading and just kind of in general like gimmick player. Like Pi, Aussie, Buff Corel, She Gon' Pay Me. This guy's been around for a long time. And then on top of that, like Kyujin and Psyche, like I think Psyche was even having like some trouble. He's like double tapping or something in qualifiers, and they still did insane. Like this team has a lot of really good open ranked tournament players like Indonesia. So they're very equal. I think Indonesia like is statistically better because like I just think like their open ranked players are like more consistent. You know, like Mindfrost ID and that noob guy are beasts. And Dito and Ryuto, Bar really likes this pool. I learned that he's been very good in Easy World Cup apparently. I think last week I just said his name has aura, but he's very solid. He's good at his pool apparently. These teams are really equal for me. They're very similar, but statistically I kind of trust the players on Indonesia more. But I just like New Zealand. I think they may have the vibes, and I do really like this squad on this pool. So I'm going to be putting them at number 2. Yeah, and one of the hardest groups, hands down for me, man. Like I had a lot of difficulty coming to this conclusion. In the last one I talked for a lot longer, but I think I went over the points well. Like this is actually a condensed version. You guys don't have to hear as much rambling. You guys know how I got to the conclusion I got to. But this was an insanely hard. Like every single one of these teams, I want to pick. I just want to pick them. But we're going New Zealand and Romania. In the end, it's like the boring, I guess, outcome. But like down here, where more people picked Vietnam than Malaysia, I think maybe more people may pick like Finland, Indonesia than New Zealand, who is like the higher seed. But yeah, let's just bounce down here to Group G. This is kind of a boring group in my opinion. None of these groups are super boring, and you know, if I say that, it's very likely that there's going to be some kind of shenanigans happening down here because I've now said it's boring. But I mean, Ukraine, these guys we know on a low star pool are just demons, you know. They've got Dench, they got No One Loves, they got Poma, they lost Draft UPO, they lost Sharitori obviously, but like, I mean, you just have to say that, but I still love the team. I always love these. I love Ukraine rosters pretty much period. Like Dench didn't even do that good in qualifiers. Like I don't know if Dench is on good form, but like he's still, I think he got like top 60 or something, like top 50 maybe. I'm gonna find Ukraine. I'm having so much trouble with the U. You can see the flag too. Yeah, I think it's. Am I gonna have to? Can I copy it from? No. Yeah, Shadow Freak. Crimea has been around for a long time. Dench, No One Loves, Poma, Toxic. Like, that's probably not how you say that. It's not even hard to say. I just like enunciated it in a weird way. This team on low star, they're amazing, and I think they're be very good, even maybe not on some of the super low star pools. Like yes, they lost quite a few players. I still like what's here a lot, just how it is. I think they will, I don't want to say destroy, maybe like annihilate, or what's like steamroll. I don't know. I think they're so good in this group, man. I think Ukraine is an easy number 1 here. Kazakhstan number 2 obviously, but Kamenchik's been having problems, and they did, I think, lose some depth. Like they lost Nedsha. I think do they not have Plombier this year as well? Unless he name changed, like I don't know. But like Turnifis and Kamenchik are good. Kamenchik's obviously very good. I think Revexi's good. I think it's Zero Eyes may even have a badge. Yeah, but like they lost a bit, and these low star pools. Is that correct? These low star pools, whatever, are a lot about having a 4-man squad, you know? But the thing is, I don't think these other teams have 4-man squads either. Like Portugal has like Rafaman, Uksap, and then Peru has like Arnold, Bra, and Sapi. But like, I don't know if I super trust some of those other guys. And I mean, Peru versus Portugal should be fun. Obviously, Arnold is just gonna he's gonna have a field day on this map, this pool. He's gonna love this pool. And I mean, Peru, like the more I think about it, like could they have an outside shot? Like Sapi was pretty solid on the qualifiers, but I think he could be comfortable on this too. Pra, I mean, they have like a pretty decent 3-man core. Kazakhstan, if Kamenchik's having troubles, I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Peru here just because. I mean, I could literally see Arnold FC every single map on this pool. Like, I think he just loves this pool so much. This seems like such an Arnold pool. But at the same time, like, would it matter? I could also see Arnold FC every map and they just lose the match. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I haven't picked Peru. But, like, I think Peru has an outside shot here. And it would be pretty crazy. I mean, I think they're the 39th seed, the 38th or 39th seed. Getting through a group like this would be pretty insane. Portugal I haven't talked much about. Like, obviously they have that two-man core, which is pretty solid. Will that be enough? I don't know. I mean, they qualified very well though, and I don't know this team much. And I mean, I'm really happy to see them here. As I've said before, I think so many teams like Belgium and Portugal and Greece, like, it's awesome to see them in the tournament. We're gonna get to see 3 games from them, which is cool. But I don't think I can pick them, just because I think this type of pool is so reliant on having a 4-man squad for these maps. And I think Ukraine has a very good 4-man. So like, Ukraine will just pull up with a great squad for every single one of these maps. But Kazakhstan, maybe not. But I just think they have the extra depth. And I think, I mean, if Kamenchik can play, which I'm running on the assumption he does, obviously. Him plus like Chernovis is a really strong dynamic duo, and I think they can find 2 pretty decent players for the rest of the maps. But like I said, I wouldn't completely rule out Peru, especially. But yeah, let's hop back up to Group C. This is another group that I agonized on. This group B, C, and D. Like, I was head down, like thinking, just like trying to find anything, because man, I could not come to a conclusion, and I'm still thinking about it to this day. Obviously, here are my picks. You can see it, but I don't feel super confident in them. I quite like my B picks, to be honest, even though I took a long time. I quite like what I came to a conclusion of. But C and D, I kind of like D as well, but we're not talking about D. C right now, I'm very iffy on, because as you see, I have left out France and Spain, and I picked Chile and Italy. I mean, Chile is a pretty comfortable pick, obviously. Like, these guys were very good in qualifying. Alfeu is great this year. Intercamping. They have a lot of very good tournament players as well, like number 37, Chalk Gamer, Sifs, Gonza, Hanayume. I hate when I thought it was gonna load, but like, Hanayume was pretty good in quals. I think Sifs was as well. Gonza, Lasse. These guys are gonna have a 4-man squad, and they're gonna have like 2 to 3 carries on every single map. So I think I just have to pick Chile, even if, like, I do want some number 1 seeds going out, because there will be number 1 seeds going out. There will be number 1 seeds not really going out, but like losing their group. It will happen in this type of pool. But I don't think Chile's the team for it to happen too. They have 3 chances, and in a group like this, even if they, have a very bad day and they lose a match, because all 3 of the other teams are very good, I don't think any teams can go 3-0 is what I'm saying, except maybe Chile. But like, I don't think if they lose to France on a bad day, will France beat Italy and Spain as well? It's not determined. So I think Chile has a very good chance of getting out of this group. That's why I'm picking them. But again, this 2 seed. I mean, let's start with France. This team was very surprising in qualifiers, honestly. I said in my video that I didn't like the team, and I think I was way too harsh on France. I mean, maybe I'm saying this now because it's like they were pretty good, but I mean, I think some people have said some stuff about how they've removed some of the old gen, but they've also removed maybe people that were not really toxic, but were creating a certain environment on the team. And they brought in like new gen, like Satsuki. This guy was really good in qualifiers for Satsuki was like 85 for France. He's a new guy. Just comes in, he's just, better than Musty, not by a ton, but like but top 100 in your first OWC is really good. Hifkill, Flaste, this is Barbone, Kalanagi, Fie. I know all of these names, and in a group stage, these are all really good open rank tournament players. Like, I would love a Muste, Fiel, Hifkill, Flaste team. Add Satsuki in here on this type of pool. Like, I think it's really good. And even if you want to go like look at some of the, like, are they good on gimmick? Let's look if they're good on gimmick. I mean, they struggle a bit on HD. So does every single other team. And I mean, that's a pretty good score for a group stage. These guys are taken out. They're like top 10 in the group stages. And then look at the No Mod 3 and No Mod 4. They're very good on that as well. So it's like, I can't really find a reason to be like, France doesn't get out of this group. But obviously I haven't picked them. There's, you know, we can say like, oh, France group stage and whatnot. But this is a completely different team. There's no LePoon. He's gone on. He's passed on. So this is a completely different team. I don't think the group stage jitters are gonna affect them. Maybe they will. Musty is still here, and maybe some people carry with him the curse. But the reason I haven't selected France is just because I really like another one of these teams, and I think they stack up pretty well. But first, let's talk about Spain. Spain was really impressive in qualifying. I think actually they are the 3rd seed in this group. Spain. Let me find them. And yeah, I mean, this team, the problem with this team for me is like Escupilio, Alip, and Junamat is Manolo. Is it Manolo? Yeah, this is Manolo. I mean, like, very strong 3-man core. And some pretty solid, like, open rank German players, like Marble Towney, I think were pretty solid. Marble, Towney, Baby Silla. Is Decora good? I think these guys are all pretty solid, you know, decent skill cap as well. Oopsies. I like this team quite a bit. But the thing is, I think they do get 4th manned on some of these maps. But I would not rule them out. Of course, they're the 3rd seed in this group. I don't think many people are. But this is my 4th place team for this group. Now we go on to Italy. Now this is the team that I just really like. I just like Italy. You know, I think they qualified like 25th or something, but they could have done a lot better. You know, Meow's had some runs where he was not feeling it. He was not in the zone. I think he asked Pete, was it Meow's or Pra? Or no, Puyo. I can't remember which one I was watching, but like they like stepped aside and they took a break on some of the hard rocks they should have been in for. I think it was Puyo, but like I remember, you know, like Meow's was kind of underperforming. This guy 100% can get better scores than what he did. They didn't have Nyx, who was like a lot of their tapping and HD. Like he's gonna be coming into play HD for like free mod 3, I'm guessing. And you know, they underperformed a bit on HD. They're missing one of their bigger HD players. They're very solid on some of this tech stuff. Like Bello Figo and Duke are pretty good at tech, and then of course like Arj and Kurochi, Meows, and then find a 3rd for a lot of these maps. I think it's just a really good lineup. Obviously, I love Arj because oh my god, he changed the Toka too. That's another W pick. We got the Rin feet pick. I did remember seeing this. Like this guy's the saber feet, right? Like Kurochi has the saber feet, and won't even load. But you know, like Arj, I remember he shook a bit like 3 OWCs ago. I don't know if he still does that. He was very good in quals. There's the saber feet pick, saber feet. But yeah, I mean, this team, I think, underperformed in qualifiers, and they were still good. They're getting a player back, like Meows, Teo, Kurochi, Bello Figo on a lot of this stuff too. Like he's a very good tech player. Like I think he like FC'd where is it? Did they do why? Like he's gonna be show me. I mean, whatever, man. I think I'm pretty sure he FC'd the no mod for Bello Figo. Like he's a good tech player. I like this Italy team. I think they stack up very similarly to France. They don't have as many open rank tournament players, but they have more like stars, I think. And I think on the day, it's going to be very close. But again, kind of similar to New Zealand. I just want Italy to win, so I'm going to have Italy getting out. Just how it is. There's not a lot of logic behind it. I just don't trust France that much. And I like Italy. I really don't trust either of these teams too much, to be honest. Like, I trust Chile a lot. And I don't trust these teams too much. And obviously Spain has never won a match in the OWC. And it's unfortunate They got put in a group where they may not win one again, but it's very possible. So this is my prep for Group C. Another group of this kind of like trio right here that I think it's going to be an amazing watch. I think they're going to be such fun groups, but they're really hard to predict. And that's why they're fun. Next, we can talk about E. Now, this is a group that has already had one match happen. Obviously, the pick'ems are kind of pointless at this point because it's started. But I don't know if like anyone's really copying my pick'ems. I don't think copying my pick'ems is going to do. I mean, I shit on the top 40. I don't know if it's going to do anything for you. I'm just chatting. But like, this is a very interesting group as well. This, I would say, is maybe the second most interesting group of the lower bracket. And it started off in a, well, I guess maybe surprising way compared to the pick'ems. Many people, 50% of people had Vietnam over Malaysia. And maybe some people had Vietnam and Malaysia. But more people had Vietnam getting out than Malaysia. And the first match, Malaysia won 5-3 without Zeph. I don't know what was going on with Zeph, who's now Mint Breeze, but that's one of their best players. There were really impressive performances from in that match. Rampax and Mabayu. Never heard of this guy. He may have been the best player in the match. Like, I think he was better than Def. Like, unironically, Def was kind of shit missing. I think he said he was he didn't have a bad match. Like, he was still top score, whatever it's called, something score, like after the match. But I think he did, you know, he missed on some kind of silly places where I think you said he was a bit nervous. But this Mabayu guy was FCing everything, like not everything, but like he had some very important FCs. And I guess I'll give my reasoning as to why I had Malaysia over Vietnam. I did respect Vietnam a lot more now that they were in groups. Like, I like this team, and I said in the video that I recorded, I think Vietnam I would pick to get out in almost any other group, like over Kazakhstan, over Argentina, over Hong Kong, but not over Malaysia and Taiwan. And the reason for that is, like I said before, I think Malaysia is a team that kind of similar to Singapore, Indonesia, where these guys have a lot of open rank tournament players who've been around for a long time. Rampax, Harmy Ina is Lunasa, Mint Breeze is Zeph. He didn't even play, but he's like one of their best players on this star rating. And if they're good without him, they could beat Taiwan. Like, I didn't even know about Mabayu, but this guy's good. No Head is a really good tapping player. I think Hot Dog is like more DT type thing. She was good as well. Like, I think Malaysia, like I said, and I guess it's kind of proven true, without Mint Breeze, these guys could put up like 4 for almost every map and get like 500k on each player. Like, it's just a team with a lot of depth, especially being in this part of the groups, this pool. I don't know, it's like contenders, and this is like challengers, this is contenders. I can't remember the name for it, but like being in the contenders pool, Malaysia has amazing depth. So that's just why I picked them. Like, even though I do respect Vietnam's players a lot more now that I've seen them qualify, and I think like Def, Bao, another guy, Simi. I don't think Ryoshin played for Vietnam this match. I don't know what was going on, but I respect Vietnam's players a lot, and I would have put them over a lot of other teams, especially on a pool like this, like a low star gimmick based pool. I actually quite like Vietnam on. But I don't like them more than Malaysia. I don't like them more than Taiwan. Like, we can go look at that Taiwanese team. Like, this may be the best team in this side of the pool, other than Singapore. Like, Singapore is a demon team, but Taiwan may even, you know, look at some of these guys like Ruyaya, Flyer. These are 3WC players. Shirasora, Willie may be the best player in the contenders region. Even including, like, what did Willie in the performance? He wasn't better than Def, but like, okay, he was worse this year. But last year he was like top 30 or something, I remember. But yeah, he's not. I don't think he's better than Def, but like he could perform better than Def on this pool. You know, no one's saying like Def wasn't out of this world on this pool in his first match. So you know, Willie definitely could still perform better than Def. But like, you know, Willie's great, Riaya, Flyer, Gauhao. Like I said, you know, okay, I'm gonna say like I said, but you guys didn't hear me say this before. But like, if you know, the Gauhao's a really, really good rank restricted tournament player. He was like their second best player in qualifiers. Ryan's Knight, also a very good rank restricted. Like, yeah, I mean, these two teams, like, I feel bad for Vietnam because these two teams are like another Hong Kong, Singapore. People aren't talking about it, but Malaysia, Taiwan, I feel like is another Hong Kong, Singapore. And the Malaysia Vietnam match was close. It was 3-5. At one point, I think it was like 2-3 in favor of Vietnam. But Malaysia was playing without Zep, who I think on this type of pool is just their best player. So that would kind of be like Vietnam showing up without Def to a certain extent. Obviously, Vietnam's a lot more kind of carried by Def, but Zep is, or Mid Breeze is like a demon on these type of pools. And Malaysia just didn't have him and they still won. So I think Malaysia, I picked Malaysia, Taiwan. That's my justification for the rest of this group, like how it will go. I feel bad for Vietnam because even though I didn't pick them to get out, like I've seen the light. I think this is a good team, and I like them on this pool, but it's an unlucky draw in my opinion. Now we're bouncing up to Group D, and man, oh man. I mean, I think we can just say Netherlands being here is pretty cool. I don't know if that's rude, but like I said before, like New Zealand, like these guys did not qual last time, but for Netherlands, I don't have them getting out. Luciano isn't playing that much. Even if I don't know if he'll play a ton on this pool, like Aheo is very good. I mean, it is a team where like will Manibat and Dolter and stuff like this pool. And I always really liked the Netherlands team. I feel like a few years ago when the Netherlands had like Viv, Laser, Jackie Lamb, and the Lily, they really could have made a disgusting, not disgusting, but a really deep run if they all played at once, like when they were in form, because they were all in form. And I think like Laser and like the Lily didn't play 1 year, and then like Viv kind of fell off. But like I've always enjoyed keeping up with the Netherlands tournaments, like how they're kind of building and their like roster history in OWC, because they could have had some really good teams at one point or another. Where are you guys? I'm so bad at finding teams on this for some reason. They're gonna be okay, yeah. Windtails, Aheo, yeah. Who was their best player? I think their best like just KDG Star. Was it KDG Star who was their best player? John Breathe. Yeah, Draconia, Knight. I don't think Knight likes this pool. Ingauzo. Burning John. This is Dolter or just Dolter? This is Dolter. It was changed to now. Is Manivat on the scene? Yeah, Burning John is Manivat. Turtle Senpai. Yeah, I mean, this is like a team that's... I think they'll actually like this pool quite a bit. I just don't think they have like... And they could upset. I mean, it's a low star pool, low star gimmick pool that I think Netherlands will really like. But these other teams are just like, I can't not pick one of these other three teams. Like, we all know who these teams are. We've seen them play. I can't not pick one of these teams, in my opinion. So let's get to talking about them. I'm hitting my mic cord all the time. It's gonna make an awful noise on the recording, but it is what it is. Need to be more cognizant of it. The last time I was just like fiddling with it. Not good. Let's talk about Brazil first. These guys are the #1 seed. I really like this team. I really like Brazil. I'm not underrating them. This is a team that placed very close to top 10. And they did it with Koyama Luko not even being like a top 4 player for them. Like Niash, Kurumi W, Kagira, Izzy, I think Vitor Skull. I think it was actually like Izzy, Kurumi W, Nash, and Vitor Skull that were the top 4. But like, this is like a new gen of Brazilian players, and they're good. Izzy was very good last year. Kurumi W, obviously, like mechanically very good, and he's been rounding himself out in the Osu sense, not in the gallery sense. You know, like These guys are good. Like, and they're all young. They're all, yeah, if they're young, they're just like new players. I'm saying all the wrong things, bro. I like this team. It's the new gen of Brazil. You know, I was saying before, it's like, oh, it's kind of sad there's no like Mistia and Mistia, like Daz or whatever it's called now. But these guys are just really good, and I think they probably deserve to play. Like, I've heard good things about Shork. I don't know much about Takeo. I've heard about Shork. Yeah, this guy looks good. Kagiura, Izzy is very good. This guy's kind of starting to border on like a carry, like a maybe like superstar carry player. Obviously they have Koya Maluka. Like, haven't even talked about Koya Maluka. This guy is going to be very good on the pool. This guy's going to love these low star pools. He's been playing tournaments since some of these guys have been born, probably. Like, he's going to be very comfortable on this pool. I like this team a lot. But the reason I don't pick them is because I just insta-locked Sweden. Now, is it because I'm a bit of a Scylla fanboy? It may be that. But like, I love this team on these low star pools. Like I've been really harping on. What I want to see out of these teams to be good at this pool are decent gimmick players, and open rank tournament players. Because this pool is like, if you play open rank tournaments, you're going to be very comfortable on this type of pool. And what do I see on this team? Melwem, Feyon, Grippe, Lightning Fox, Trumpetino as well. He's higher rank now. I don't know if he plays a ton of open rank tournaments, but like Feyon, great open rank tournament player. Grippe, a great open rank tournament player. I don't know how active he is anymore. Lightning Fox, I think, is like a bit higher rank. And Gyra is actually very good on tech. I think Gyra FC Nomad 4 or something, or had the highest score in their lobby above Scylla. And maybe he was second, but I was pretty impressed by Gyra and some of the qualifiers as well. Like, yeah, very good open rank tournament player. And then you just have Scylla, which on some days is like a top 15 player in this tournament. No joke. Just like any single team, like any team in this tournament would love this guy on this team. And if you want to talk about open rank tournament players, now this guy is undoubtedly one of the best. So like, I love this Sweden team for this pool. Scylla, Feyen, Grippe, Lightning Fox, Melwem. Did I even open Melwem? Melwem, get up there. Another amazing open ranked tournament player. Andros and Trumpetino, and I think Lightning Fox as well. For some, maybe I'm confusing Lightning Fox with Z-Pigs, but like Andros and Trumpetino for some more mechanics when the mechanics come up. But like, the thing about the mechanics in this pool is like, any of these guys can play the mechanics in this pool. So I don't think it really matters, but like, whatever. Like, AIM and Andros and Trumpetino may be in for some hard rock as well still, and I think will be very key in upcoming rounds, of course. But for this type of pool, like, I love this Sweden team. But the thing is, like, even though I love them, like, there's doubt in me, even though I insta-lock them. Because Philippines, again, is another one of those teams who's excellent on tech, excellent on reading and gimmick, which this pool does seem skewed towards. And I think I originally went with Sweden, Brazil, but Philippines, this team could be number one seed out of this group. I feel like they love this pool so much. Like, Nathan Ram is a carry, maybe not on the level of Scylla, but I think a superstar player, like, no one's going to disagree. Their new players coming in, like Zany and Perhap, are very good reading players, very good gimmick players. Jitters, I think Zany, Perhap, Jitterus, Icarusy, these are all open rank tournament players. And then from the old team, like Ramu, Zone Louise, you know, I don't know what to say. Like, these guys, like, not really open rank at this point because they're pretty high ranked, but just been playing tournaments for 4 to 5 plus years. They'll be very comfortable in this pool. And then Lord Gabriel, I think, was a 3WC player who was pretty impressive. A lot of people were impressed by him while he was playing 3WC. Like, this Zany, Jitterish, Perhap core just makes me feel really bullish on this team in this type of pool. And these are supposed to be, like, they're quote-unquote, like, not worse players, but like weaker players compared to like Zone Luis, Nathan Ram, Ramu, Icarusy, these guys who've been on the team and been around for a long time. Nathan Ram, who's just a star and who's been like top 5 performers in rounds before in OWC, like maybe even top 3 at some points, I think. Like, this team, I feel like, is just kind of built for this pool. I don't know, you could put them in any group. Like, Put them in Group A, I have China, Philippines. Put them in Group B, I have Romania, Philippines. Put them in Group C, I have Chile, Philippines. Like, I think Philippines is, they just get out of any group and they go to upper bracket, because I think this team is just a demon on these types of pools. They have amazing players for it. You know, like the 2 through 4 players, I think they're gonna have no trouble finding that. And then they just perma lobby Nathan Ram, who is just gonna glide on this type of stuff as well. You know, I think these are maps Nathan Ram will be very, very comfortable on. Yeah, I think the thing maybe about Philippines and Sweden that sets them apart from Brazil is I think all 3 of these teams are going to have no trouble getting a 4-man core together for every single map, I think. That's why it's very tricky. I just think these teams have a carry. You know, they have Scylla, they have Nathan Ram, who, you know, I don't know if they're going to FC every map, but on the harder maps in the pool where, you know, are there going to be maps in this pool where there isn't going to be an FC? There was in the match earlier, but that's obviously a challenger's team, you know? But when shit hits the fan, there's some shit misses, you know, everyone's nervous, it's OWC, you're not going to put your best scores up. They have these consistent carries in Nathan Ram and Scylla that are going to pull it across the line. They can play every map. Their team's going to be super comfortable having them at the helm, in my opinion. Like, it's like when you're playing basketball, you're playing a sport or something, and you feel like you've got the best player on the court, or you are, I mean, like, and maybe this is like not a great experience from my experience, but like, I feel like you're more confident. I feel like these guys will be more confident when playing next to like a Scylla or a Nathan Ram, of course. Not saying Brazil is like unconfident playing next to Koya Maluko, but I just don't think Koya Maluko is like, he's not in his prime anymore. And I think these guys still are. And I think back to that analogy, it's just generally what I was trying to say is, if you've ever played sports before, if you feel like you're on the better team and you're very comfortable with the players that you're playing around, I think you'll play better, you know? And I think these teams, like this Philippine team or the Swedish team, are going to be very happy with how their comfortability on the map pools, you know, their team's comfortability on the map pools, their team sheets are going to be like, we can put anyone in, you know? So I just think Philippines and Sweden, like, all these teams, or even Netherlands, I think are going to have no problem putting 4 people together for these maps, not going to lie. But I just think Philippines and Sweden has the extra, like, player quality. And now, Group F, the final group. And I just want to give a shout out to Belgium immediately, because I think that this is like, unironically, this pool is probably better for Belgium than any of the other teams in this group, in my opinion. If we can go look at like Uruguay. Okay, this is, I don't know why I keep. We can go look at Uruguay. Uruguay's best scores, like their top performers are like Helvetia, they have Plox, obviously. They're pretty, you know, obviously I think mechanics is their strength, like HR, DT, stuff like that. And you go and you look at like some of the like HD and HD, like 45, 43, 40 on Nomad, 33 on Nomad 3 is not bad. And then you look at like Argentina, 14 on HD2, pretty solid, but like in 27, it's not awful either. 35, 32. I mean, these guys are better at gimmick than Japan, definitely. Like, what was Japan again? I thought Japan was like uber flopping some of this non-gimmick stuff. Yeah, they were like 47, 42, 40. And then even, how's Turkey? Where's Turkey? Pretty okay, actually. I mean, this is HR. Okay, when we go to HE, no, pretty okay. Pretty decent, pretty okay. But like, I feel like Belgium's strength is not mechanics. They prefer to be on this type of pool, this low star gimmick favored map pool. I feel like that's all Belgium. I'm not putting them to get out, just because of like player quality and stuff like that. But I really do think they're in with the show, because I don't think Uruguay likes this pool. I don't think Argentina likes this pool, and I don't think Turkey likes this pool. But Turkey, like, they have like 3 players in the top 100. Like Raikkoho, undoubtedly the best player. Okay, maybe not undoubtedly, because again, Def is in this pool, in this contenders pool. I keep forgetting, but one of, if not the best players. Like, I think you just, I mean, it's Raikkoho. I think we could say best player. It's not like an insult, you know, like Raikkoho, number 8 overall in qualifiers. This guy's been around forever, and he's been excellent. He's been amazing. You know, they have Raikkoho plus, you know, Clutchex, Shinkaro, Levi, I think is also on this. Is it Levi? Orke, Spray, Shinkaro, Levi, Geinfoil came back. I think this is, even if they don't like this pool, I think they much prefer mechanics, and they have very impressive rosters on mechanics that can really compete with the best of them. They still have 4-man. They'll put a very good 4-man together for a lot of these maps. And they have Raikkoho. So I think it really comes down to the second place. Even if, like, Argentina, Uruguay, are they close? I don't think so. I mean, I think Argentina was better overall. Like, they have Amuro, I was gonna say Payne. They don't have Payne, I don't think anymore. Like Bowmilk, Amuro, Jax Zebra, Penguo, Penguo and Vishobai have been long-time tournament players. Jax Zebra, now renamed PP Poo again. I just think this Argentina squad is stronger than Uruguay, and in the qualifiers, they were actually pretty decent on a lot of the gimmick stuff, even if it's not their strength. But like Bowmilk, Amuro, Penguo, like, I don't think these are mechanics players. I think these guys are going to be much more comfortable on maybe like a pool like this. You know, to be fair, PP Poo is a very mechanically gifted player, but like, and I think the thing is, like, Uruguay's best players are like Ploxed and Helvidia. I think Helvidia was best in Rebo as well. Rebo's a pretty decent like tournament. But Rebo and Danit, I don't know if Danit even played qualifiers. That's the thing. But like, if Danit shows up, and Danit and Rebo are like kind of grouping, kind of gliding on this pool, which they definitely can. These are great open rank tournament players. I don't know what form they're in, but like at one time or another, like both these guys have like 5 badges, I think. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. Like, what could even be happening? Yeah, this guy has exactly, like, Danit is an excellent player. Rebo, Rebo has no badges. I don't know. I thought Rebo was a really good open rank tournament player, but either way, Plox is top 40. Helvidia was really good in quals, and mechanically he's super gifted. I like Uruguay, but I don't like them on this pool. I think Uruguay on any other pool, even like a round of like 32 pool, would be in a better shape, because the mechanics on this are just like anyone can play it. But the thing is, like, I'd say anybody can play the mechanics on this, but I don't think Belgium can. Maybe they can. Maybe I'm just being, why am I being so mean to Belgium? I love Belgium. And I already said, like, I think on this pool, like, they qualified on a hard qualifier pool, and now they're on an easier pool, which I think they're much more comfortable on, and Argentina, Turkey, and Uruguay aren't. Why did I just undo this? But like unironically, the more I think about it, like, the more I like Belgium on this pool, but that's just like so outlandish. Belgium getting out? Is that outlandish? Let's go look at some Belgium. Let's go look at some Belgium scores. Yeah, like, okay, they were not, I mean, 33 and 29 on HD1, like, that's good. 18 on No Mod 3, that's good. Good tapping, and all that, a lot, not all, but like a lot of the low star, like gimmick stuff is going to be tapping related. And 18 on the No Mod 3 is something you love to see. Not great on the No Mod 4 though. But like, legitimately, like, this Belgium team, like, they will put up fights in this pool. I don't know if I can pick them. I don't know if I can talk long enough and be convincing enough to convince myself to put Belgium getting out of a group. But this may be the best group that Belgium could have got to. Like Argentina, Uruguay, and Turkey. I've said it multiple times. Turkey especially is a great team. I don't think they like this pool. I think they'll still be good at it because they have enough talent, enough player quality, but like Argentina and Uruguay, do they have 4 players for any of these maps? Do they have 3 players for some of these maps? Do they have 2 players for some of these maps? Like Argentina has like Barmilk Amaro. How active are they? They play like 5 months out of the year. Like how active are these guys? Like tournament, like open rank tournament players? I don't think Danny even show up to qualifiers. He played 2 maps and got 286. He only played DT1. His high score was 280. Okay, Danny may not be in good form. You know, like this is this team's best like open rank tournament player. I think Belgium. This is a group that may look simple, but I think some sparks could really fly here because I think Belgium. Oh my god, man, what am I doing? What am I doing? I think Belgium has a kind of a chance. I think they got a shout here, man. I think they like this pool. Should I just put Belgium to you? No. No, Belgium's not going to get out. Belgium's not going to get out. It's going to be Turkey, Argentina. Of course it's going to be. It's not going to be Belgium. It's not going to be Belgium getting out. It's not going to be Belgium getting out of group stage. They outed this entire... Like, let me go see this. In my opinion, like I've said before, a lot of low star tech and gimmick is alt. They have the best no mod 3 score. Let's look at the other no mod 3 score. Like, to be fair, like, did they just really high roll? Did they giga high roll here? Did they just? Oh, I guess they just played one and they're like, that's good. And it was good. They have the best no mod 3 score. They have a better no mod 3 score than China. They just did it once and they're like, we beat China on no mod 3, we're not doing it again. Like, look at some of the teams they're beating on no mod 3. Philippines, China, Italy. Okay, yeah, this is China's best. Uruguay's 33. Like, Argentina, where even is Argentina? Probably a bit higher. There's somewhere here. 30. Oh, they're right next to each other. 33 and 32. Hong Kong, Turkey's at 38. Man. I'm starting to really want to put Belgium. Like, I'm just thinking, man. I'm thinking MRB, Mornis, Vinny Fajoshi, Hexaki Hanoi. Like, unironically, if these guys ever had a pool, I think it would be this one. These guys have been around, almost every single one of them, I think have been around for more than 5 years. I remember Hanoi and Hanoi and F-Play being in like the past group stages playing for Belgium. These guys are not mechanically very good. They are pretty good compared to like the general OC player. But like, this is the stuff they play. They still play open rank tournaments. They still come out for this stuff and they still practice these types of maps. This is the stuff they're comfortable on. But to be honest, like, is Argentina not comfortable on this stuff? Like, Argentina got 33, and then what did Belgium got? What did Belgium get on no mod 4? Black. They got 45. Do I think that's very relevant to this pool? Not really at all, to be honest, but maybe they'll miss on slider aim. I don't know. I think there's other intangibles. Like, I'm just looking at no mod 3, and yes, like I said before, I think alt is important in this pool. But like, are they gonna have the mod players for some of the free mods? I think Argentina will. Are they going to be able to round out 4-player squads and feel confident on a lot of these maps? Whereas I think Argentina will really have no trouble in like the HR pool as well. Will they be as good on the HR pool? How did Belgium do on the HR pool? Not great on any of the mechanics. And like I said before, I don't think Belgium like can play some of this mechanics, but like look at, I mean, Argentina not bad on, not great on the HR either. I'm just sticking with Amuro. They have Amuro, Panguo, Bomilk, Pipipupu. Like, they just have the player quality, but let it be known that I do kind of really super like Belgium out of this group. And that's it for now. That's it. We've done. Oh, I forgot to put. I have to go back and make sure I've put all these because it's gonna lock soon. Let me reload this and see. Yeah, these are. I think these are my final picks for this week. I maybe do like a little update next week, just to talk about the groups, what's popping, any crazy stuff happened. Has Belgium won all of their matches, and I'm now really sad that I didn't pick them? We'll find out next time. It's very likely. I mean, they got demons over there in Belgium. They qualified for a reason, man. But either way, that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys have a great day or a great night or whatever's going on. Talk to you later.